Hi, everybody. How's it going? Let's make sure I'm live. Go live. Hi, Instagram. What's going on? Now, one more. It's the magical TikTok. Hi, everybody on TikTok. It's your old pal Sam Bennett here with therealsambennett.com. I am so delighted that you guys are here and with me and sharing and interested and buying the book. Oh my gosh, you're buying the book. You guys were like this close to #1 in the category, and you know how much that matters. So if anybody feels like, buying a few more books, or if you haven't bought the book yet, or buying it on Audible or Kindle, leaving a little review, we'll talk more about that later. Okay, where is it? Oh my gosh, where's my prop? Here it is. The book. Yay. Okay. Let's start with our breathing. You know that's the way I always like to start, is with a little bit of breathing. So let's just take a second and set this time aside from other time. You're so busy doing everything for everybody all day long. Let's just take a moment to take a breath, right? Okay, you with me? Let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo, thank you so much for doing that with me. Doesn't that feel good? How much time do you spend intentionally breathing in the day? I mean, I know it's a parasympathetic response. You're doing it all the time anyway. Hi, Diane. Author, PR. We have a lot in common, us authors. But I'd like to see you, doing this 4-7-8 breathing, or whatever breathing structure works for you, more intentionally, more often. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling overcooked, if you're feeling like it's too hot, oh my goodness, it's so warm. Anytime you can feel your body or your mind sort of creeping in on you a little bit, start with a little breathing, right? Hi, Edith. Happy solstice. Indeed, happy solstice. Happy full moon tomorrow. We got a lot going on if you're into that kind of thing. Hi, Kathy. Great to see you. Angela, Ansel, great. So yes, the big news around here, hi, Karen, happy solstice, is that my book is out. The 15-Minute Method, The Surprisingly Simple Art of Getting It Done. It is available at whatever bookseller you like to buy books from, including, of course, the Big Mama Jama Amazon, on Kindle, on Audible. And so far, the reviews and the responses have been overwhelmingly positive. So I would love it, hi, Rick, if you would join that. I'm hoping it's going to be a movement. I would like to see, I don't know, 1 million people, 10 million people, everyone worldwide spending 15 minutes a day on something that matters to them. I want you spending 15 minutes a day on something that matters to you, right? It's amazing how much, just in the same way that just taking those 3 breaths can recenter you, just spending 15 minutes on something that matters to you. I don't care if it matters to anybody else. I don't care if anybody else even knows about it. Hi, Doris. Hi, Tammy. Chelsea, great to see you. There's something about touching the work that matters to you every day that has this sort of exponential effect. It's a little action that spills out everywhere. Hi, Mike. Hi, Trudy. And I just do it, talk about it, share it, post about it, take a picture of you with the book, one of these, and put it up on the socials. It means the world to me. And, you guys are my best advertising when you tell the people that would vibe with it. Obviously, if you got people who don't like it, who are not that way, that interested in personal development kind of thing, we can ignore them. But anybody else that you feel is a little bit like-minded, hi, Mike, hi, Rebecca, they would be a great person to tell about it. Carol, thank you so much. Great to see you. Julie says, I'm so happy for you, Sam. My book arrived a couple of days ago and spend 15 minutes a day on something that matters to me. Love it. All right, so I promised you today that, Veronica, maybe you could make a banner with the name of the book just so that people can make a note if they haven't seen it yet. So I promised you we'd talk about how to get out of your own way, subversively simple ways of getting out of your own way. And I borrow the word subversively. I mean, obviously, he didn't make it up, but my friend Dave Rosowski wrote a book about improvisation called A Subversive's Guide to Improvisation. If you are an improviser, this book is a must read. Here, I'll show it to you on TikTok too. A Subversive's Guide to Improvisation. And Dave's a wonderful teacher, and it's a wonderful book. And this idea of being sort of a spy in the house of love, right? That you could get in there and in very small, subtle ways make a big transformation in your life, I think is exciting. So are you ready? You down? You ready to do this? Grab a pen. I'm so into these pens lately. This is it's a sign pen. Pilot sign pen. Here we go. I'm really having fun with these pens. So that's, you know what a pen snob I am. So these are fun. Okay. Let's do a little exercise here to see if we can get you out of your own way. I want you to think of something that you would like to be moving forward on in your life. Maybe it's your business, maybe it's your hobby, maybe it's a volunteer community thing you're involved in, something that you just think, oh, that could be going better. Okay. And not something completely theoretical, something you're actually already involved in. And then I want you to think of who is it? Who do you know personally who would be influential in this space? Okay. So that's a little bit of a complicated two-part question, but the idea is what's something that you think could be going better? And who is someone that you already know that you're like, oh yeah, if that person could help me out, that would be really great, right? So maybe you're thinking about writing a book and you think of me, you think, wow, if Sam gave me some advice about my book, that would really be helpful, or maybe you're involved in a volunteer community thing and you're like, wow, I met that alderman or that city council member, last month, and that person could really be helpful to us in moving this thing forward. Or maybe it's your own finances, maybe you've got a little business or side hustle and you're like, oh yeah, I'd love to make another $1,000 this month. Boy, if that person would promote my work, that would really make a big difference. Okay, you get what I'm going for? So what's something you'd like to move forward on? And who is someone that you know personally, that you've been introduced to anyway, or have some access to, that you think could help? Okay, that's my question for you. Now, what is stopping you from reaching out right now? What is stopping you from reaching out right now? Why would you not call that person, email that person, ping that person, text that person right now? Be honest with yourself. What's the thought that you have? Hi, Kelly. Hi, Lucy. Right? Why wouldn't you call that city council person? Why wouldn't you ping me and ask my advice? Why wouldn't you ask somebody to promote you or your work? I'm giving you a second to mull on it because I know it's a personal question, but you guys want to change your lives. It's going to take some little excavation from the inside, right? So maybe it's something like, well, I wouldn't want to be rude. It's impolite to reach out like that. That wouldn't be polite, right? That's one reason. Or maybe you have this thing of like, oh, that's too pushy. That's too forward. I wouldn't want to take up that much space in the world. That would be rude. Carol says, because I feel like I could have it in a better place before I make that call. Right. It's not quite perfect yet. I wouldn't want to put out something that's not really A+, right? Julie says, I'm afraid of them saying no. Right. They might say no. Right. This feeling of, I got to have all my ducks in a row first. Like, what if they said yes, and then I didn't even know what to do practically? And what about you on TikTok? What about what is stopping you from calling that person, reaching out to that person? Hi, Lori says, just got here. What was the question? The question is, what's something that you would really like to be moving forward on, that you'd like to see some, do better? And who is someone that you could reach out to that would be helpful? Okay, so those are the two setup questions. But then the real question is, why aren't you doing it? Why did you not? Why are you not calling them right this red hot second? Is it because you don't? You think, well, they don't want to hear from me, right? Is it because you think, oh, they're too busy, I don't want to bother them, right? What is it that's stopping you? Because here's the big news flash. That thought is what's stopping you from changing your life. Your belief that it's rude to ask for what you want. Your belief that you're not allowed to take up too much space. Your belief that you're not allowed to bother people. Your belief that you would be a bother. Your belief that things have to be perfect in order to be out in the world. That is what is getting in your way, right? Ron says, they'll think I want something from them. You do want something from them. So the belief like, oh, no one can think I want something, is what's keeping you stuck. Gosh, I'm feeling that in my belly right now too. I was raised that way too. Like, you're not really allowed to want anything. You should be grateful for what you have. You should be grateful for what people give you, and you should not ask for anything more. Keep your mouth shut. You are not allowed to want, right? June says they might say yes. Then I'd actually have to do it and not just think about it. Right. Right. That's correct. The idea that somebody was saying no to you is a terrible thing. When, of course, the not asking is a no already, right? Lori says, old tapes that I'm too noisy and self-involved. Right, that it's wrong to be noisy, that it's wrong to be self-involved. Like, everybody's not self-involved. So really, like I said, this is simple, deceptively simple. Kind of subversive, because it seems perfectly logical and natural. Oh, well, I would call that city council person to get their help on our building the skate park for the kids. Or I would call that fellow entrepreneur who might be able to help promote my business. I would ask a published author their advice about my book. But I don't want to seem boom. Whatever your boom is, that's what's in your way. And it's going to keep getting in your way. And this is why you are going to keep getting the same result over and over and over again. And y'all, we are too old for this. You are ready to get a better result. Your time to get a better result is now. Right? So I'm not saying you have to reach out to that person or not, although that would be a good place to start. Dawn says, I'm feeling like I'm not fully ready to follow up. This is with contacting 3 people who have said they would like to be a guest on my podcast, which has been on hiatus for months. Right. Right, Dawn. Thank you for sharing that. That's very honest and brave of you. So you have to be ready. You have to follow up. On hiatus, what does that mean? Are you quitting? If you're quitting the podcast, quit the podcast. Say, great, it was a limited series. I'm over it. We're done. Right? Or we are on hiatus and we're starting up again September 1st. So I'm going to reach out to those 3 people and say, hey, you're still in my mind. I would love to have you on the podcast. Please fill out this pre-interview questionnaire. I will be in touch after August 15th because we're going to start recording September 1st. Or whatever. But you be clear with yourself. Right now, Dawn, I'm feeling like there's a lot of lack of clarity of like, well, they're interested and I'm sort of interested, but I'm sort of on hiatus and I haven't really followed up and blah, blah, blah. Like there's this sort of chronic vagueness going on. And that's stopping you from being more successful. You don't want to do the podcast, don't do it. But if you want to do it, then do it. right? Karen says, my problem was that I apparently had it too damn good. Who knew? Karen, I'm not sure what that means. Your problem is that you had it too damn good. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm interested. I bet you do. You're a smart cookie. What does that mean to you, right? You know, June's thought of like, well, they might say yes, and then I would have to do it. Yeah. Yeah. You'd have to show up for the thing that you actually say you want. You'd have to show up for yourself. And here's the reason I wanted to talk about this is because some of you are in my programs or work with me and one-on-one, and you might know this already. But y'all, I've had a hell of a time the last couple of months. It has been rough around here, right? My long haul COVID's been kicking my ass. I had a depression flare up. Now I've lived with depression my whole life. It's always sort of back there, but it's been really present lately. And then there's been some business stuff that's been hard to handle. And so I've been sort of in this loop of like, well, my mindset's not, if my mindset were better, then maybe the business thing would be better. If the business thing would be better, maybe my energy would be better. If my energy was better, maybe. And the truth of the matter is, it's all got me real, I'm running on like 2 teaspoons of energy a day. This is far below my normal. I mean, my first book is called Get It Done, for Christ's sake. Like, usually I'm like the big powerhouse driver, the big steamroller, like, let's go, 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 go. No, I've been like, let's go. So I haven't been doing things that I might otherwise do. I haven't been following up the way I might normally follow up. I haven't been pushing the way I might normally push. And there's a lot of stuff that I've just had to be like, I don't even know. I don't even know how that's going to happen or what's going to go on with that. I'm not sure. And you guys, me giving up, me being in a certain state of surrender around this book launch, me being open and honest about the fact that I'm not showing up with as much energy and drive as I would like to, has transformed my life. People are showing up for me in ways I never would have anticipated in a million years. Friends are reaching out. How can I help? How can I promote you? Here, go here, do this, talk to this person. And I'm like, okay. Oh, let's get you on this speaking stage. Here, talk to them. Oh, okay. So is it possible that my belief that I had to show up and do everything all by myself as hard and as fast and as long as I possibly could was getting in the way of my success? That belief was getting in the way of my success? And that my doing what I kind of thought was fucking it up. Like, I thought, I'm fucking this up. And all of a sudden, there's all this room for everybody else to do things and have ideas and support me and support the book in ways I never in a million years would have dreamed of. So I really want you to question this belief. I'm too noisy. I'm too self-involved. I can't be impolite. I have to see things all the way through. I have to be ready. I have to have all my ducks in a row. I have to, I'm not allowed to want things from people. Everything has to be perfect before I let it out in the air. I think this might be hurting you. So that's step 1. That's my first subversively simple way to change your life, is take a look at those knee-jerk reactions you have and really get into examination around them. And it's going to feel terrifying. You are absolutely going to feel like you're cliff jumping. Like, I'm calling this person and I don't even and I know they're going to think I want something from them because I do. And they might say no. And it's not even really perfect, this thing that I'm asking them to participate in. Yeah, I know. You might just have to try that. You might just have to risk that. And then what if they say yes? And then I have to do it. Yeah, I know. So this is my point of inquiry for you today. I want you to write these things down. What's coming up for you when you think about, well, why would I not call, this person that I met who said, oh yeah, call me. My office would love to hear from you. And then you haven't. What's stopping you from doing that? I bet you've got a pile of business cards on your desk right now of people who said, oh, I'd love to talk to you more about that. And you have not followed up with them. Because you guys, you girls, you people, you humans out there, you humans, everything comes to us through other humans. Everything comes to us through other humans. God comes to us through other humans. Opportunities come to us through other humans. Money comes to us through other humans. All of it. You sitting enclosed in your own little hermetically sealed box going, well, it's got to be perfect. Well, I'm not quite ready. You're not giving anybody else a chance. Give us a chance. Give the world a chance to fall in love with you. Give the world a chance to be proud of you. Give the world a chance to go crazy for your stupid, half-baked, pushy self. Give the world a chance to fall in love with you. Quit hiding. Because there's going to come a moment where you're not going to be able to communicate the truth that you know about. You're not going to be able to make the moves that you can make right now. You will physically not be able, or you will just not be here on the planet. That moment is coming. Sooner than we think, probably. And you guys are just too good. What you have to say is too good. What you have to share is too good. Your heart, your spirit, your insight, your poetry, your art, your singing, your words, your inspiration, all of it. Or it's not good enough, and you're going to get it out there and find out that it's not good enough. And then guess what? You got to do something else. Or you'll make it better. But it is time to get it out of the hermetically sealed box of your mind and out into the world. June says, such an opportunity for massive spiritual expansion, a broken, open heart. That's right. That's right. And don't expect it to feel good. It's not going to feel good. It's going to feel very, very uncomfortable. But nobody ever perished from discomfort. Little discomfort never hurt a person. Yeah. Kamala says, this is one to listen to 100+ times. Please listen to it 100+ times, and please share it with your friends. That would be fantastic. Mark says, I feel what you're going through. I've had long haul COVID as well and recently broke my hip. Major hiatus. Oh, Mark, I lift my cup of tea to you and salute you in your struggle. That sucks. For all of you living with invisible illnesses, chronic anything, I'm so sorry. It's so hard. It just makes everything, you're just swimming through cement all the time. I get it. And it's no excuse. I calculated, I went back and looked to see when I had signed the contract to write this book, and it was April last year, April 4th. And I wrote down the number, but now I don't have it in front of me. It was like 441 days ago or something. 441 days ago, this was just an idea. And I literally wrote it 15 minutes at a time because I was too sick to do much more than that. Right? And the whole time I was working on it, I was like, this is not right. This is not very good. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't think this is coming out properly. I don't think this is going to help anybody. I wonder if I can get out of this contract. Veronica will tell you more than once. I was like, I think I have to give the money back. I don't think I can do this. Right? So, but I stuck with it. And that's all I want you to do is just stick with it. Because what you have to say is important, and what you have to share with the world is important. Veronica says, gotta hear more no and practice noticing how it doesn't destroy you. We're grown-ups now and you can take it. That's right. And in fact, we could take it a lot easier when we were kids. You've seen this on the playground. Somebody says, "Do you want to play with me?" And they go, "No." And I go, "Okay. Do you want to play with me?" "No." "Oh, okay. How about you? Do you want to play dress up?" "Okay, great." I do it. I might make mistakes, not be perfect, fail. "Oh, and you're perfect now? You're not failing now?" Reality check your assumptions. This is safer, never letting anybody know that you have something for sale or that you have something to share. That's perfect, that's safer, that's better. Reality check yourself. Test it out. If you've asked 100, I can't tell you how often people are like, I need more money. I don't have any clients. I can't find any clients. There's no clients. Nobody's buying anything. I'm like, great. How many sales calls have you made this week? Oh, right. When 100 people have told you no, then we can start to, make adjustments. But until then, you don't tell me nobody wants to buy. You haven't asked them. You haven't made it clear to them that there is something to buy. This next Get It Done Lab, you guys, in July, we're starting a new Get It Done Lab, and it's all about making the money, making the moolah in ways that are fun and creative and joyful and exciting and can accommodate long haul illnesses and broken hips and all the things, because it's not going to be perfect, but it's worth doing. But you're going to have to get it out there. You're going to have to let people know that there's something to buy. I mean, otherwise, it's like you've opened up a shop in your backyard. Nobody knows. Nobody knows it's there, right? Okay, good. Oh, Carol says that's the day her mom died, April 4th, 2023. Sending you love for your mom, Carol. I'm sorry about that. Grateful and inspired by your stick with itness. Yeah, well, that is one thing I will say to myself about myself is I may have a lot of shortcomings, but never say die. Like, I know how to stick with it, right? All right. So that was the big thing about how to subversively simple ways to change your life. You can see that if you drop the story about politeness, about receiving help, about asking for things, about raising your prices, about letting people know that you were selling anything, about getting your writing out there, about anything, that things might change. And probably for the better. Or at least for the more interesting, at least for the different. Because what you are doing right now is going to get you the same result you've been getting. What you are doing right now is right. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. The other two things I promised you was this concept of baby steps leading to quantum leaps. That's everything 15-minute method is all about. 15 minutes a day. Touch your project every day. Touch the thing that matters to you every day. And if it's a craft project or a home improvement project or a self-improvement project or a physical improvement project, spiritual improvement project, whatever it is, you're like, oh gosh, I wish I could have more time to do that. Great. 15 minutes a day. Hi, Ruth. Touch it every day. And I know people are like, Sam, I'm a painter. I work in a large scale. I can't possibly do 15 minutes. Great. Spend 15 minutes just looking at the thing, just communing with it. Let it see what it has to say to you. I bet after a couple of days, you'll figure out a way to paint for 15 minutes. I know this because I've seen it happen. Right? Oh, I've got to clean out the entire basement. I can't do it in 15 minutes. I know. But you can spend 15 minutes down there with your Mega T just letting it talk to you. Look at all these boxes. Wait a minute. That's all my brother's stuff. He could come and clear that out. That's his stuff. And then now half the basement's clear. Right? Just go and contemplate it for 15 minutes a day. A couple days in a row, I bet you will figure out like, oh, wait, then maybe you get inclined to open one. Oh, look. Oh, that's the Christmas stuff. Great. Now you know. Next box. Oh, That's from my old roommate's old project from old boyfriend's stuff. Bye. Quit overcomplicating it, you guys. 15 minutes. You guys, I've got to stop saying this. You people, you beautiful humans, spend 15 minutes a day, every single day. Spend 1 minute a day. Spend 5 minutes a day. Spend 7 minutes a day. Work up to 15. But stop telling yourself you don't have time. Stop telling yourself it's not the right time. And get in there with it. Mostly, do not quit. If it's important to you, do not quit. Keep showing up. Show up messy. Show up impotent. Show up exhausted, but show up. All right, it's what they tell you in 12-step. Keep coming back. Just keep coming back. And I promised you that these things would make a better world. And it will. You know why? Because you guys are you people are amazing. You are good people with good things to share, with interesting things to say, with loving hearts. The world doesn't need less of you. The world needs more of you. Spend 15 minutes a day sharing the truth of who you are, first with yourself, and then maybe with the world. Hi, B. Hi, Deborah. So this is my challenge for you. Get out of your own way by busting your own stories about how you're not supposed to do X, Y, Z, or you're not allowed to be X, Y, Z. Take your baby steps. Show up for 15 minutes a day, every day. And even if you don't do it every day, if you promise yourself you're going to do it every day and then you do it 3 days, that's still 3 more days than you did last week, right? So, but really, every day, you can do it. You've got 15 minutes a day. I know you do. And then share the truth of who you are, because you're beautiful. You're beautiful and people love you. Lori says, damn, you're good. Well, thank you, darling. I appreciate your saying so. All right. This is it. It's been half an hour. If you have not yet bought the book, please buy the book. If you have bought the book, please review the book. If you've already reviewed the book, please share the book on the socials. I can't tell you. And if you've already done all that, find another author you love and do the same thing for them. Every single sale matters. Every single review matters. I cannot tell you. I'm so grateful for your support. And the more you guys show up and share, the more people will hear about it, and then they can be helped, right? They can have these breakthroughs, right? They can have these aha moments. It's not fair to keep all that to ourselves, is it? Hi, Leslie. Leslie says, circles of love surrounding you, dear Samantha. Mwah. Right back to you, Leslie. Right back to you. Carol says, love your brilliance. Keep being you. Thank you, Carol. You too. Right back at you. Megan, Lori, thank you so much for being here. Let's do one more breath to close out this circle. Does anybody have anything else they want to say or ask or do or share? We'll post my review next week. Perfect. That's fantastic. Thank you. Julie says, thank you for asking for our support. I'm honored to support you and love the idea that even my one thing matters. That's right. And you know what? When you ask other people for their support, you give them an opportunity too. Right? You're not imposing. And if you are imposing, they won't do it. Or they'll tell you, no, I can't do that. But lots of people will say yes. You'll be amazed at how many people will say yes to you. All right. Let's do one. Oh, Dawn says that your book arrives tomorrow. I bought the paperback version so you can sign it someday. I can't wait, Dawn. I would love to sign it someday. That sounds terrific. Okay. Let's do one more breath to close out the circle. Oof, and then I'm going to go try and cool off because I am schwitzing over here. You ready? Let's Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you.